Hey friend, hey. Welcome back to my channel, Looking for a Sign. We are going to be tapping in to find out what is going on with you for the next 7 days. Any type of warning, heads up, or anything that you may need to know right now at this time. Okay, per usual, we're going to be starting with the air signs, okay? That is the Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. If you have any of these placements anywhere in your birth chart, and any of these resonate with you, then it is for you. Make sure you check out the extended where you get the what the key messages, love messages, career messages for the next 7 days. All right, so we have career. Do not be tempted to lower your standards and pay attention to your work. Why is career here for the air sign? My nose is itchy. Ugh. Why is career here for the air sign? Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. When it comes to your career, this is spirit saying not to self-sabotage certain opportunities, okay? Yeah. This is giving you are more capable than what you give yourself credit for when it comes to a career or some type of career field. But it's also giving an energy of don't give too much of yourself if you're not being properly compensated for that either. I just feel like you guys are going through some type of, there's like an end to you self-sabotaging opportunities or betraying yourself in certain opportunities. It just feels like there's more stability that's going to be coming towards you because of the way you're going to be showing up. You're showing up more strategic. You're certain things you may have had a hard time with letting go of, or habits and things that you had a hard time ending, which could have had something to do with the self-sabotaging, that's coming to an end. I feel like you're starting to see where you were blocking blessings or abundance in your life. And for some of you, you may be starting to see where you are selling yourself short in a certain career field. I feel like for some of you guys, spirit is kind of like giving you a glow up behind the scenes sort of thing. You have the 10 of Pentacles here. You're transforming into someone that is very qualified in their career field, and this is very stable, long lasting type of energy. So there could be like a career shift, or you going back to a particular role or job or career because you have more confidence in it now, because you just didn't feel like you were as qualified at the time, but now you do, sort of thing. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Let's see if this is related or not. When it comes to some type of stability, this is giving the energy of the process and getting everything in order may be overwhelming. This could be in absolutely anything, but there's something where the process is a little bit overwhelming. It all rests on your shoulders, sort of energy. And it's hard, but it's worth it in the end because everything does come together. And it's like, it's the process of gathering everything and putting it in motion is the hardest part. But it's like after that, things get easier. So whatever this is, whatever some type of legwork you're being asked to do, or extra something you're being asked to do, it's going to give you the overall result that you're wanting and that you're looking for. But you may just, it's like, it doesn't feel like the process is more work. It feels like the gathering of everything to start a process or something may feel overwhelming, but it pays off. And yeah, it pays off in the end. And yeah, it pays off in the end. And this is something that you've been wanting for a while. This is something you have ancestral support for whatever this is. So they're asking for you not to give up just because it's hard. It's giving like you're almost at the top. Why would you stop when you're almost at the top? Just keep going. It's whatever this is, it feels very heavy. It feels very burdensome. It feels like all of the weight is on your shoulders. All of the expectation is on your shoulders. So it feels heavy, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Pay attention to your work. Okay. Pay attention to your work. No. So make sure whatever you start, you finish is worth investing in. I don't know what this is, but it gives the energy of don't start whatever this is if you're not going to finish it. Because it's going to interfere in something in the future. And it's like you can't pick up where you left off. I don't know why I'm hearing this comparison, but it's like they're showing like, it's not like college where it's like all your points hold over or something. Like it just gives an energy, whatever the work is. Work doesn't have to be a job. It's just something that you've been putting work in and investing in. But there's a power struggle here. So pay attention to what you're putting your actual energy into. Because if you're not paying attention, you're going to be investing into the wrong area and it's going to be like a waste of time or a waste of money. This could very well be a connection, but it could also, I don't know why I also get an energy of like a system. There's a system that someone could be, okay. It's like, okay, so for example, if going about something the right way is a pain in the butt because it takes a little bit longer, do it anyway. And make sure that it's something you're willing to put the work in for. Because what this looks like is, for some of you, this involves another person. It could involve a boss, it could involve a father figure, it could involve some type of system. Because whatever this is, it gives someone here, they're not as committed to the dirty work. It's like they may be cheating the system. They may be just not upholding their part of the bargain or just whatever. but they don't have the stamina or the willpower to cover up their tracks to keep that lie alive, or to keep their tracks hidden. So you investing in it in something the proper way, it's a pain in the butt. But at the end of the day, this person, when it comes back, or this system, you'll be able to say, you still owe me this, or, this overcharged me, or whatever the case is, and they don't have a rebuttal. Something goes in your favor because you're willing to put the work in and ride something out, where someone else, they're not. It's like, if it's not easy, I give up, and that works against them. For some of you guys, if this is a person, some of you guys need to pay attention to who you're putting your time and energy into, because somebody here is going to realize they've been putting their time and energy into the potential of what they want from a connection, and someone is just not willing to do that. Even if it's not a connection, it still could very well be a job. It's just something that you're willing to put the time and energy into. It saves you in the long run, because there's someone here who is not willing to be as patient and put in the time and the effort, and that's how you end up succeeding, winning, or being victorious over something, because someone, they're impatient, so they're going to throw in the towel way before you do, and whatever you're investing in is stable. And again, for others of you, you have to be careful what you're pay attention to your work. Pay attention to what you're putting your time and effort into, because someone here, as soon as they get what they need from this connection or this interaction, they're not willing to put the work back in for you. So this is someone who's going to go on about their way. I don't know. The theme is the same. Whatever you're putting your time and energy to, stick to it, because whether it's a system or a person, it's like someone is not committed. Even if it looks like you're losing or they have the upper hand, they're not committed to dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And that's what's going to work in your favor flawlessly later on. Like Queen of Pentacles, that's very stable energy. You got somebody that doesn't, like, it's very stable energy, very grounded, very stable, very, I have receipts. I can show you my process on how I got here. They don't have that form, or my form, I have it, and it's been notarized. What else do you need to do? Okay, we have water signs. We have vulture, depressed, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Caterpillar, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. And fire, strong emotion, passion, love, or hate. Okay. Remember, there is an extended. You guys, your what's the tea messages, love and career messages for the next 7 days is over there. Link is in the description box below. All right, we have depression, anxiety, worry that someone is working against you. Why is that here for the water placements? I don't know where you fit in with this story, but it looks like It's like someone is worried you're going to figure out something and they're stressing about it. They're not really sure. It's like someone is worried. It's like somebody is worried that your silence or lack of communication is because you're putting something together, or that, like, yeah, someone is worried that you're not talking to them or speaking to them because you're putting two and two together, but you're just not telling them. What? Ooh, you know what? Someone is concerned that somebody's actions are weighing on them. It's the way somebody moved or the way that somebody did something. They're worried that your lack of communication or lack of talking to them is because you're putting two and two together. And with Vulture being here, it just gives an energy of like kicking someone when they're down or being unusually cruel. It's also like an energy of somebody like hiding their face, because that's a theme I've noticed throughout these cards. They're like all hiding their face. Like this is somebody that knows they're guilty. This person went to great lengths to cover their tracks. They may be trying to talk to you or open up communication to see what you know. But this is somebody who's stressed out because they think you're not talking to them, or they have come up with a story. Something's off about how you guys interact or how you guys talk. And this is somebody who's concerned that it might be because you know something that they said or something that they did. And if this is not them, this is you. You're but I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think it's you, because the only cup I have here is I have the two of cups and the three of cups. I'm sorry, I have the two of cups and the ace of cups as the three of cups. So it's giving me air sign energy, fire energy. It's giving the energy of someone who's done this to you and they're trying to find a way to, it doesn't look like an apology, but they're trying to find a way to ease their conscience by using you, which looks like through communication, trying to like read your energy. If you seem not as mad, or if you're acting cool with them again, then okay, then my conscience is clear because they don't know, or like, I don't know. It's somebody being weird around you because they think you know something that they've done. It's weighing on their conscience. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. This is like a power struggle or something you have tried really, really hard not to indulge in, not to go back to. This could be a behavior, a pattern. Look, if you've been waiting for when you'll stop having emotions for someone, I feel like that's coming. Like this is the energy of like, I want to stop thinking about somebody. I want to stop yearning for them. And it feels like somebody here is healing, or they will heal to a point where they'll be able to detach and have stability within themselves. So I feel like this may be you if you're asking yourself when you'll be able to, kind of detach from someone and just like move forward. I feel like it's coming. How does the other person feel? How is the other person feel when this is happening? Oh, I mean, perfect timing, to be honest. Okay. Right when you finally heal and detach from someone, that it's like somebody here is going to feel the cord snapping. If you've been doing, this is deeper than cord cutting. This is the energy of like, you've done the cord cutting, you've done the baths, you've done all this stuff, and you've literally just been waiting to heal. I just want to stop thinking about this person, obsessing over the person. That's about like, you're right there. And as soon as you do, it's like this person feels it, which sends them into like Eight of Swords energy. Yeah, because now they don't understand what's happening. Well, that's interesting. All right, strong emotion, passion, love, or hate. Love or hate. I know you lying. So some of you guys have an Emperor energy here. It's giving an energy of it gives an energy of you may have had a strong emotion. You may have had a strong passion for someone that turned into a strong hate. But this is an energy of soul searching, healing. There's wisdom, and you've moved on or you've detached in some way. And this is an energy of someone is left. It's like you finally stop engaging, reacting, even energetically. You don't mentally obsess, because even when you mentally obsess over someone that's still energetically connected to them, this is someone that may have had strong passion or hate or hatred towards you at some point, but at this point, there's something happening with you in a connection where there's a strong detachment that happens that finally puts this person in a hermit place. I feel like you've gone through this already or started this already if you're not out of it already. But this gives the energy of someone who is not even telepathically able to connect with your energy. And now this is somebody who's realizing the regret, the loss, the this is also somebody who thought they were in control of their emotions, but with this Six of Cups and Eight of Cups, it gives me the energy of somebody that's having nostalgic feelings, but they don't want to. Like they're disappointed that they miss it. I don't want to even say miss you because it doesn't feel like this person wants to be with you. It's like, this is somebody, because for some of y'all, this is you. For some of you, it's an energy of finally allowing certain emotions to come to the surface and actually feel them and process them. And you realize you're not as in control as you thought. You thought that you were done with something because, I can't stand them. I'm over it. I'm this, I'm that. So this is the energy of nostalgia, but not with like, I want to reconnect with them. I miss them. But it's like someone who's allowing themselves to remember good times and accept that it's over. Like there's good, oh, sorry guys. There's, yeah, there's good memories here, even though I don't want to be with this person. And I feel like I'm betraying myself by even allowing myself to remember the positive times, even if they were few and far in between. But I still remember that one time when they said such and such, and it was so funny. Or, I remember that one time when they took me to get ice cream when, I don't know, it hurt my toe or whatever. But this is somebody that is finally processing emotions that they swore they no longer had. But it doesn't feel like in a way of like, I want to reconcile with them, but it's in, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I'm not going to hold you. This feels more like your energy, guys. One of you guys, some of y'all here are finally allowing yourselves to fully process and grieve a connection that you didn't believe you needed to grieve from. This is the energy of like, there's nothing to heal from. It was nothing good about that connection, that friendship, that whatever. But then something hits it and it's like, oh my gosh, I hate that I smile when I do think about the good times, or there were good times, and it just sucks that we can't even be friends, or it just sucks that like things turned out this way. But I don't regret leaving, or I don't regret you know breaking up or whatever. But y'all get it, right? Okay. But the good news is with the Hermit there, that comes with wisdom and soul searching. You do come out of this a wiser person, more understanding. But the best thing about that is that there's closure from within that's happening. Okay. Okay. Which someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. Pig, beware of greed, and someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Yeah. What the heck? My nose is itchy. Um, so this is communication or event, there's some type of action that moves very quickly, but it gives you some type of wish fulfillment. I have someone moving out of your life or the end of a situation. Based off these cards, this feels more like a situation that once it's set in motion, it moves pretty quickly. This is what you wanted, or this is something that you want, but it gives an energy of, I'm accepting that it had to come to this. This is you protecting what's yours or holding on to what's yours is what I'm seeing. Or what I'm getting from it. I feel like, because I have the Magician here, this does give me an energy of you standing in your power to make you standing in your power in such a way you standing in your power in such a way to where you're protecting what is yours. So there's the end of a situation that happens rather quickly. It is some type of wish fulfillment that it's moving fast, it's going quickly, but there is, once it's moving, and it's like, it's an energy of once it's moving, it does move quick. It does go in your favor. It does make you happy, but there is a little bit of sadness of like, it sucks it had to come to this. It sucks that I had to go this route. It sucks that these are the lengths I had to go to protect what's mine, but I'm happy about the way it turned out. So this, for some of you guys, may be something that's been ongoing or something that's been lingering, okay? But it just gives an energy of like protection and that's the Justice card. Say less, right? So again, whatever this is, once everything gets started and is in motion, it does go rather quickly. You do get the outcome that you want. Things unfold the way it is. And there's a level of acceptance of like, I don't know why I get this energy, but it does give an energy of like, how do I word that? Like it does give an energy of, okay, so this is just an example. So let's say that somebody was like your best friend at work and they were lying on you, or they were like, yeah, looking for a signs viewer. They'd be stealing popcorn out people's lunches in the break room. And you're like, that's insane. I don't steal popcorn out of people's lunch boxes. And for that person to say that is wild behavior, because this person knows I have text messages and I have phone calls, voice tags that are transcripted, and videos of them, you know, eating people's lunches, like flat out eating people's lunches and then taking other people's lunches and putting it in their box and lying to their face about it. Like, come on, be so for real. And then everybody around is like, no, you know, it's cool. But this person is like, no, for real, looking for a sign viewer. They be eating people popcorn. And if you don't have popcorn, guess what? They gonna find popcorn and they gonna eat it out your lunchbox. And it gets to the point where like HR is like, we may have to really do an investigation. And you're just like, here is all the receipts I have that this person lied on me that I ate popcorn. Well, you remember how you couldn't find your whole box of Twinkies? Remember when you couldn't find your whole entire Thanksgiving dinner you brought back from the house? Remember that one time where Julie couldn't find her daggone Christmas dinner? Because this person ate it, and here's the evidence. So then they come back to you and they're like, you're completely cleared, you're good. And because you kept such meticulous records, we're going to go ahead and put you now of the supervisor of receipts. And you're just like, wow, like this was so fast. It was so quick. And I got more than what I wanted, but it just sucks that I had to lose a friend and betray their trust. And really, like, I really had to like go so far as breaking all this stuff out. Like, it sucks that that's the way it had to go, but I had to stand into my power and protect what's mine, which is my energy, my reputation, my job. You know, coins represent money. I have to keep my job. But it's sad over popcorn because you want to lie about popcorn. Like, that's sad. Like, that's what it gives. So I'm not saying it's a job. I'm not saying it's popcorn. Okay. But there's something that it turns out the way you want it to, but you're just really disappointed that like this person really made you have to take it to that particular extreme. Because it's like, yo, I'm the magician. Like, you didn't know I was the magician. Like, please don't make me have to do what I have to do to, beware of greed. Why is this here? Why is beware of greed here? And why? Oh. You know what? This is not for you. I feel like this is connected to someone who has wronged you. Yeah. With beware of greed here, someone someone may have done something to you that was unfavorable, and you may have tried to take the high road by just kind of sacrificing and being like, like, I'm not even gonna like chase them down for it. I'm not even about to go back and forth with them. It's whatever. They took that $10 from me. That's cool. Whatever. I'll never let him back in my house again. Like, we'll never be cool. Because remember, greed is whatever in excess, right? This comes off like beware of excessively taking the high road because you feel like that's how you get justice. This gives, because I have the 7 of Cups here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords. At some point, there's going to be a mental breakthrough that says the only way I get justice is by telling the truth. Sacrificing, taking the high road, being quiet, or just being like, you know what? They just talking all that smack, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going to let them do them, and I'm just going to, let God take care of it. And I'm not saying don't let God take care of it. But this beware of greed, this is more of like beware of excessively sacrificing your emotions and waiting for karma, the wheel of fortune, to turn in order to bring someone justice, because it's not going to turn the way you think it is, number one. And number two, this is more of a making the decision to not stand up for yourself and not to defend yourself or protect yourself. That there's still karma for that. Karma is not good or bad, remember. Karma is simply the energy you put out is what comes back to you. If you're not going to defend yourself, you're not going to stand up for yourself, the energy that you're putting out is, I'm just going to let it be what it is. You're going to get that back in return. So what this spread shows is an energy of your feeling like you taking the high road was the best. You're going to get to a point where doing that so much in your life, you start to feel like resentful, angry, bitter, mad. When is it going to catch up to them? When do they get to pay, you know? So at that point, it's like, what's the point of sacrificing those emotions if they stay with you? Like sacrificing your emotions to stand up for yourself and not ruffle any feathers. That's actually a survival trait. It's not wanting to rustle any feathers for your safety. Like normally when we do that, it's because we were raised in a household where if you stood up for yourself, or if you protected a sibling, or you stood in front of your, a parent while the other person with the other parent was verbally abusing them or physically abusing them, it meant your safety. It meant you were, going to be in harm in some way. And so we learn as adults to not stand up for ourselves, or to not ruffle too many feathers for survival, because staying silent meant staying safe. So this is the energy here that says, doing what feels safe and feels good in the moment, you're going to get to a point where it's just too much. It's too much. Before you get to the point where you're ready to like lose your crap, right? And just completely like flip out on people and lose your shit. It's giving the energy of like, less self-sacrificing. But at the same time, this also shows me you start putting two and two together in your head. Like there's going to be a moment where you're like, no, I'm going to let them know, like in real life, that was my lunch. Or, in real life, like, I don't like how inconsistent you are. And I told you at the beginning, I don't like inconsistency, and you're still doing it. So now I don't want to talk to you. Like now I don't want to talk on that level because you're inconsistent, or whatever the case is. Yeah, see, guys, look. See? It literally tells me that at some point you're going to get tired of being safe, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like you're going to feel like I shouldn't have to sacrifice like this in order to keep everything calm, cool, and collect. Like, because I have the 5 of Pentacles, and then the 8 of Swords is in reverse. It's like, you know what? That's the energy of like, even if we're not cool, even if we fall out, at least I'll have my mental peace. So whatever that is for you, whether it's asking for your money back, whether it's, I don't know, it could be anything. Okay. We have someone is trying to come between you and something that you love, or a friend. Oh. Again, I like this one a little bit better though, because this gives the energy of whatever this is may really make you feel a way, because this is the energy of you wanting to make a move but not really sure what to do. And it's like you're so overwhelmed, you don't want to have to. But it's like the way that a situation betrays you or has the potential to betray you. This is the energy, especially with this Knight of Swords and the Fool card. This is the energy of like, nah, I'm gonna let you know how I feel. And the Fool card, this is somebody who is not really taking into consideration the consequences. So it's kind of giving someone is really taking advantage of the fact that you're going to choose peace over chaos. But at some point, people have to understand I am this level of peace because if need be, I can be that level of chaos. And some of y'all are going to turn that on because I have the Justice and the Ten of Pentacles. So this is the energy of acknowledging if I'm going to get what I want, if things are going to work out the way that I want, I can't wait for them to happen. I have to go get it. Because I'm tired of feeling this way. I don't it, with the Fool card, it's like your intentions are in the right place. But at the same time, you don't really care how anybody views you, if anybody, takes it personal or how they feel. Your focus is justice and stability. Rather, it's the stability of your energy, the stability of your money, the stability of your home or some type of legacy. And the good thing about this, especially with this Ace of Pentacles up here, it lets me know that this is a new way of, this is a new, what is the word? A new path, a new routine. Like this is a new way of like, this is how you handle things now. It's like, there's no turning back. I no longer just be quiet or I no longer just suffer in silence because I think that, karma will catch up to them soon enough. It's like it will, but that doesn't, karma's also going to catch up with me for not standing up for myself when I know that I should have. Or, I don't get an extra cookie because I stayed in a situation or stayed at a job or stayed in whatever when I knew it wasn't what I wanted and it didn't align with, whatever. Like this is like somebody is no longer, if you're really quiet and you don't like to argue or fuss, it's like somebody's taking that as a weakness and you are about to lose your ish on someone in such a like Claire Huxtable read you for filth way is what it's giving, male or female. Okay. Fire. Fire. You miss me? Okay, remember we do have an extended. You guys can go and check it out. So we have spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Someone will try to make you do something against your will and feeling tied down or frustrated. So someone will try to make you do something against your will. Why is that here? Someone is going to do something. Someone's going to try to get you to do something against your will by withholding communication and kind of like detaching or like not speaking to you. And you may not be speaking to them, but they feel like you're doing it to balance the scales Someone would try to do something against your will. Look, someone is trying to no contact you. Someone is trying to, there's a battle of the wills that's happening. I feel like someone is trying to get you to invest in connecting with them, contacting them. I don't like it. It's like somebody wants to make you show that you care, even though you may be showing you don't care or that you're detached. It's like somebody wants you to have a response or reaction to something because it'll give them closure, knowing that they still have some type of hold on you in some way. I also feel like someone is trying to distract you from planning or investing in a future or investing in your future. It's like you may not be talking to them or connecting with them. And this person is trying to disrupt your peace so that you can't have a clear mental space to plan your getaway. So stay vigilant because this person plans on using emotional manipulation as well as like mental manipulation. This person clearly ain't got nothing else to do with their time because that's weird. Like if I know, common sense were to say, if somebody is planning a future that doesn't involve you or planning a future to leave you, the goal is not to try to trick them into not being able to plan. You would think that their thought process would be, well, maybe I need to start thinking about the exit of this relationship, But no, this person is trying to like mentally wear you down. So like you can't plan because it gives them closure to feel like they have control over you. This person is strange. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Wow. There's something about someone's past or there's something about someone's past, an old relationship, or just what someone saw in someone when they first got together that somebody is realizing like, oh my gosh, this just example. This is like somebody being like, oh my gosh, I thought that was my twin flame and the love of my life. And now I'm realizing that was simply chemistry and a trauma bond. Like there's someone here who is understanding the deeper dynamics of connections or bonds and why they were so connected to someone or why there's a particular connection that you can't release. On the other hand, this also shows someone what they need to heal or what they need to do in order to attract the type of connections that they're wanting to attract. It's like somebody has like an enlightened moment. Yes. Somebody has an enlightened moment and it's like something comes full circle for someone. And for someone, I'm also getting an energy of like the light bulb comes on and like, oh, that's what true alignment with someone feels like. It feels like chemistry and peace. And this I thought was a real connection, but this was more like a trauma bond and like obsession. And that should have been my clue that like we had karmic debt with one another and not like this was my person. Or it's the energy of like, I thought that was my person, but really now I understand it's because we had karmic debt that was unfinished. And that was what the pull was, because my soul so desperately wanted to tie up these loose ends so we don't have to do this again. Like somebody is making a full, something's, it's like coming full circle for someone. I also feel like that's what's going to cause a breakup, or for someone to feel like, I used to feel obligated to take care of this person, or I used to feel like I had to stick this out because of my duty and my responsibility to my kids, to my past. But then it's an energy of like, it's like leading with impulse. Somebody is realizing they're healing from that, or there's a realization from that. And now it's like, I shouldn't lead with impulse. I should lead with intention. And that there may have been a time where somebody didn't realize what the difference was, or that they, you know, that they do that. But somebody is putting two and two together. And for some of y'all, it's exactly what you needed in order to be like, you know what? I don't want to be with this person anymore. Or like, I don't want to be off and on. I just want to be off. Or like, it's like some of you guys are going to have an epiphany that's going to cause you to finally be done with someone that you struggled to be done with before. So I have feeling tied down or frustrated. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Ooh. If, again, when it comes to the fire signs, I always feel like I'm dealing with fire signs placements who are also dealing with other fire sign placements, because I constantly get both sides of the story. But with this one, this energy is coming out like, with being tied down and frustrated, there is something about a cause and effect. There's something that you're doing, or something that you stop tolerating, is what it's feeling like. Because it feels, what is this justice card? Because it feels, okay. Yes. I don't like it when they feel slick. But yeah, Knight of Cups in reverse and the Death card. You are no longer doing the emotional work in a situation. Whatever you're not doing, it could be a lot of things, okay? But whatever you're not doing, it's giving feeling tied down or frustrated. It's giving the roles are reversed. It's giving what you are healing in some aspect that creates a mirror effect, a justice cause and effect, where it's like, if it was good enough for you, it should be good enough for this person. Like, you know, it's giving like somebody can dish it out, but they can't take it. But the roles are reversing is the energy that I'm getting with this. There's some type of role that's reversing. You're walking away from whatever role you were playing, or whatever role. Yeah. Yeah. You've learned, you've healed, you've grown, and you're walking away from sacrificing or doing all the work when it comes to something, or just in situations, people in general. You are frustrated with giving your all and giving little back in return, or your boundaries being looked at as suggestions because you're realizing I don't have real consequences for my boundaries. So, of course, people see them as suggestions. You are making the decision to stand on business, um, because you're frustrated with not seeing a return on your emotional investment. You're constantly sacrificing something of yourself and then feeling like morally and integrity wise, I've won because I'm a good person. And this is saying that's great, but did you win if it results in you being bitter or revengeful or angry because you had the opportunity to move in a way that was more within your autonomy or your sovereignty and you chose not to? And this person chose not to what is the word? And then this person chose not to consider you either. So now you're mad because you're considering everybody involved and seeing the bigger picture. And this person is considering no one but themselves. So this is the energy of like you going from being frustrated and angry and feeling restricted to I'm now giving you your burdens and your emotional labor, and you deal with your burdens and emotional labor, and I'll deal with mine. And this is someone that kind of has the energy of like, fine, I do it. But you're not even looking back to see how they're dealing with it, if they're overwhelmed or they're getting what, because for you, the justice is I don't feel angry, revengeful, burdened anymore. Now I know I made the right choice. So it's like this person thinks that they're gonna get back at you because this person is not a healed person, because this is the energy of somebody that feels like they're gonna show you, give me back my burdens. Fine, I'll take my burdens, and then you're gonna be mad when I know how to regulate my emotions and take care of my finances and do all these things by myself. But then this person quickly realizes this is hard. I feel restricted. I'm getting the consequences of my actions and this sucks. Where did you didn't go far, did you? Because I was kidding. I don't want to do all this emotional labor by myself. Like, are you for real? And this is showing 8 of Cups. You really are in a healed space because you're not even looking behind to see if they got the karma for you. It's the fact that 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands, I was able to leave this behind. Remember, 8, infinity, that's the karma, right? The karma is I was quickly able to move into a whole different alignment. I was able to move away quickly from this 8 of Cups energy, this 8 of Cups energy of feeling disappointment. I'm searching for to feel better. And you quickly feel better because you're like, yo, I don't care if they learn how to figure out how to deal with their own emotions or burdens or not, as long as it's not on my plate anymore. But then again, I should have never openly took it on as my own. I should have never agreed to that. And now I know that I have autonomy. Autonomy meaning you can have compassion for someone, but still let them deal with their crap on their own. Just because you have compassion for someone, you can say, I'm not here for you to vent and not feel guilty for that. Not because you're being mean or revengeful, but because you know if I allow this person to vent to me, it's going to disrupt my peace. I just got my peace back and I don't feel like my peace is stable enough for me to be somebody's comfort right now. I have my peace and I just kind of want to sit in it. And you don't feel guilty because it's not coming from a place of revenge or manipulation or being, bitter. It's coming from a place of autonomy. Autonomy means I decide how I feel. I decide what my limit is. I decide what my capacity is. I'm at my capacity for compassion for other people. And I'm not saying I don't have compassion for you. I'm simply saying I can have compassion, but detach. And no one's going to make me feel bad for that because I get to decide how much I can take. And I'm just now getting my peace back. And you don't feel bad about that. You're nobody's savior, right? Sovereignty says I am in complete rulership of myself. I'm complete rulership, meaning I get to decide what I give my attention to. I get to decide how I show up. I get to decide how I move. I get to decide what I'm going to put up with. So sovereignty says, I don't want to put up with this. And that's it. I don't have to explain. I don't have to give a reason. I can't do this right now. Autonomy says, I'm deciding that I don't have the emotional space for what I'm going through and what you're going through. I'm deciding that this is my limit. And I don't have to explain to you why. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see where the difference is? It's like sovereignty is deciding, I can't do this. It's a no. Sovereignty says no, and I'm not going to explain why. Autonomy says, this is my cap. I'm deciding that this is how I feel. I'm at my limit. And I don't have to explain why. And I still have compassion for you, but from over there. And none of that is wrong because I'm allowed to prioritize myself. I'm allowed to make sure that I'm okay first before I make sure everybody else is okay. So I'm talking to people who are focused on moving in sovereignty and autonomy and not just talking about it, but you're embodying it. So with this feeling tied down and frustrated, that's how you feel. Tied down, frustrated. But you are taking your autonomy and your sovereignty back by saying, I can't complain if I keep willingly taking it on. So now you're giving it back to someone or a job or just whomever. And they are now feeling the burden that you felt with them, but you are not even worried about that because you're just focused on the fact that I thought I would feel bad. I thought I would feel guilty. I thought I would feel weighed down. But 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands, Justice, you feel like, no. I quickly feel better. Cause and effect. This is what did it for me. This is what balanced this out. This is my truth. I felt better when I gave them back their burdens and let them deal with it by themselves. I felt better when I didn't immediately respond to that text message. Okay? You guys let me know in the comments if that resonates with you. Okay? I love you guys tons. And I will see you guys in the next one.